Welcome back to the VIP seat. This week we're going to be going over my favorite helicopters on the VIP market today. This is a special thing to me. I have been in the helicopter business since I started in this industry. I started out as a charter salesperson for helicopters, so they are near and dear to my heart, and I may have a product favorite, but I promise to be as transparent as I can and not to lean towards my favorite helicopter, even though I do love Bell Platform. It's an American company, they do a great job, but there are plenty of other great helicopters out there, so I'm gonna give you 3 of my top favorites in this week's episode. So why are helicopters the coolest thing in the world? A, they don't need a runway to land. You can land in your backyard, you can land on your farm, you can land literally anywhere, an offshore platform, a yacht, whatever it is. This thing is so flexible. Number 2, it can hover. Now that's real flying, people. When you can actually just stop what you're doing and just be suspended in space in a machine, that's incredible. It's a little creepy to some the first time, but you get used to it really fast and it is amazing. Now, I know there are a lot of people out there that think helicopters are flying death machines, but please review one of my previous videos to show this is not the case. They're actually very safe as long as you follow some simple things like having 2 pilots in the cockpit and having advanced features like autopilot and other terrain awareness systems. Talk to an expert, if you're going to be getting into this category, but you can significantly reduce a lot of the risk by just following some basic safety principles. Now, on to my favorites. So number 1 on this list is a Bell helicopter. It is the Bell 407 GXI. Now, unlike the other ones in my list here, this is a single engine helicopter that can be flown single pilot, not that I ever suggest that, but it is essentially the sports cars of helicopters. This thing is light, it can maneuver like crazy, it's really cool. It has a great cabin that can seat up to 5. Really, you wouldn't want to do any more than 4 people on a normal basis. And even though this is a light single engine helicopter, it actually can be flown IFR now, which is incredible. This is really a trusted platform that's been in production for over 23 years. There's a ton of them out there. People love the platform. That's why it's so popular, and it hasn't gone out of production in that whole time. If you want an entry-level, really fun helicopter to fly in, the Bell 407 GXI is one of my favorites. On to the next one. In my number 2 spot is the quintessential VIP helicopter platform. It is the Sikorsky 76. Now there's a lot of different models out there. The latest one is the D model. Now this has been a classically known and favorite helicopter of the industry for many, many, many years. If you've seen a VIP helicopter, you most likely saw a Sikorsky 76, an S76. But this is really your classic VVIP platform. Seats a lot of people in the back. You have a lot more leg room than something like a Bell 407, which doesn't really have a lot of cabin space. This is a big cabin, comfortable. You can have big plush seating, a full bar area, everything that you'd want in a VIP helicopter. It has been in production since 1977. There's a lot of pilots out there with experience in this. The Sikorsky company is great for customer service and taking care of their customers, just like Bell is as well. It's a totally different class of helicopter. If you're looking for that real large cabin experience as a VVIP person, this is the one you want to go to. Okay, so number 1 on my list is the mega ultra VVIP helicopter. It's also the only foreign production helicopter on the list, and it is the Augusta Westland 139. Also known as Leonardo helicopters today. I will tell you, every helicopter company has changed their name over the last 10 years, so I have a really hard time remembering who's who these days. But this is Leonardo as the manufacturer, but it's also known as an AW139. Now, this thing is massive. Most helicopters have a normal pop-out door, just like your car. This one literally has like a barn door rolling open because it's so huge. You can take you and 10 of your best friends in this helicopter. It's got over a 500 nautical mile range, and it can fly for 5 hours. It can hold up to 15 passengers, and it has the largest cabin, and it's the fastest in its category. This helicopter list is really all over the board. You can't really compare each one of these apples to apples because they're completely different platforms and completely different machines. It really depends on what you as a customer are looking for. And I have to say, Helicopters are not for the faint of heart. This is a very expensive machine to get into. It costs a lot of money to maintain. There's a lot of maintenance on a helicopter, so it's not for the faint of heart. As far as chartering goes, you're gonna have a really hard time finding the AW139 to charter, but there are lots of Bell 407 and Sikorsky 76 models in the market. I would definitely recommend, if you're looking at either of these, pay attention to the year of manufacture. You want the latest one that has all the safety gadgets up front to keep you and your people safe on board. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it and learned a little bit about helicopters, and I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time on the VIP seat.